Greetings, grand risings, and namaste to my beautiful soul family. If my voice sound different, yeah, this is how I sound after I wake up. Yeah, it's dark 30 in the morning here. And if you all didn't know, the retrograde has begun. So when I say the retrograde, Mercury is in retrograde. So there may be some things that's coming back into your life from the past that needs to be revisited. Maybe lessons need to be learned again. Maybe people, places, and things need to be revisited again to close chapters and to continue on your soul evolution. Our journey called life is an individual journey. And sometimes we have to take a step back and look at our journey. Introspection. I haven't posted on a while because I've been, studying, going within. There are 3 phases on this journey. It's the learning phase, the living phase, and then the mastery of the things that you have learned and how you have lived. I'm up because I could not sleep, but at the same time, I couldn't sleep. I have a brother that texts me at the same time, and now we were astral traveling together. The experience that he shared with me a couple of hours ago, I was there with him. Yes, Paisley. But I didn't know it until he told me. But I knew that for some reason I was up. And I'm thinking that it had to be or had to do with the retrograde. Maybe. Paisley. The experience that he shared with me during this astral travel, it was beautiful. And so sometimes we have to know that these dreams or these, whenever we astral travel, if we can remember, then that is a message. And I was very honored to travel with my brother to this destination. He even said I was excited in the dream. I always get excited about stuff, traveling. But on the journey, the first phase is learning, right? Learning, as from childhood on up until adult years, we learn, quote unquote, right from wrong. We learn how to do things. This is all the learning we learn. And then as we live, we learn. And as we are living, we live the things that we have learned. Now, it depends on what we have learned. Now, if we've learned not so positive things growing up, then 9 times out of 10, that is how you're going to live it until you understand that you have the power and the ability to change it. And even if you are learning in a positive environment, you live your life positively, you are still learning and growing. And the mastery is the third phase. That's whenever we take the lessons that we have learned through living, through our wisdom, and we know, don't believe, we know that the choices we make are going to bring us to the destiny that we are choosing. We come in this world almost like the fool, not really knowing anything and going and traveling. And when I say fool, I'm talking about an image on a tarot card. So we start out in this world learning from different teachers, from our parents, people at school, people that we work with. If you go to church, you learn from the people at church. You learn from family, you learn from friends. But you notice I didn't say learn from self, right? Some of us ain't even got that far along yet to even learn from ourselves, or even learn from the lessons that we have been taught in the past. That's where I talk about those blockages and those, from our chakra systems that blocks our blessings, that blocks our growth, that blocks our soul evolution. We have to understand that as we go along this journey called life, that how we move and what our intentions are in dealing with the people we encounter in our lives along our journey will determine how you evolve on a soul level. That's real shit. For example, if I'm one of these people who are afraid of love, but I enter into this person's life and this person's life, knowing that I don't want anything from them but to make them feel something that I can't, and then move on to the next. That's not, and I know that about me. That's not dealing with someone with good intentions. What do you think is going to happen to you once you can't go around doing that? What are you learning? The time upon us now is to learn. And when we learn, we live what we learn. Meaning if we have lessons that we know are lessons, but we continuously get ourselves in those repeated cycles, then you haven't really lived what you learned. And if you master what you've learned as you have lived, then you can spot that shit a mile away and know how to respond to it. Not react, but respond. We in Mercury retrograde, y'all. Be careful out here in these spiritual streets. Love you.